haven't been on. Hey everybody.
Hey, what's
Welcome.
up, y'all?
It's been a while, I feel like, since the last time that I've been on here. It feels kind of new.
It is kind of new.
Why are you fucking them chips up like that?
Yo, this dip is
For the
the
last 10
salsa.
minutes.
It's like this pineapple salsa. This my god,
Sir,
this shit is
the
banging.
last
Hey
10
y'all,
minutes you've been
welcome
fucking them
to
chips up.
I know they good. Welcome to Paving Ways. I'm your co-host Rob. We here with your big host Spade, and we also waiting for Kev.
Rob, put them chips down.
I'm trying.
We haven't been on in what, a week or 2 weeks? I don't even remember.
This shit is good.
So
all right, who was the last one?
This is ghetto. This is real ghetto. Hey y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. I know we weren't on last week. We're not going to talk about why. But
no, I'm gonna talk about why.
No, let's not talk about. Hey Tiama, hey Des. Let's what? Go ahead.
What happened was I had a pregnancy scare, okay? That's why we wasn't on.
No. For everybody that's been texting me, asking me if I'm pregnant, it was an April Fool's. Rob plays too much, and that's what it is. He plays entirely too much. I had so many text messages and DMs asking me, was I pregnant? Which is insane.
I love, like, this how you know. This how you know I love Spade, because I had a whole sonogram that I was gonna put on the internet, everything with her name on it and all that. Her real name. I got her whole name on this joint. But I was like, you know what? People gonna be like, they ain't gonna get the joke and they gonna really think it's serious. So
it's so crazy that some people don't even know my real name, which is fine. But it's so funny because everybody just that's just what they call me. They just call me Spade or Spado. Like nobody really knows my name like that, which I'm like, all right, that's actually pretty cool until you go on my Instagram and I'm connected to my Facebook because I don't know my password to get in my Instagram, so it gives my whole government, which is kind of crazy.
What up, Tiama? Des? What up, Aaliyah? What up?
Yes, if I'm pregnant, Des is pregnant. Okay.
What up, Kev?
Yes,
what's really good?
Hey, Kev. Rob's name is crazy. Every week it gets crazier. Every week. I don't understand what his problem is.
I don't either. That's the bad part. I don't understand.
We were just talking about Rob making rumors and telling people I was pregnant for April Fools.
That was a rumor.
Huh?
Holy shit! That was a rumor.
See, you see what I'm talking about? Yeah.
I was ready for the baby shower. Oh, fuck out of here! I just somebody's about to make some good ass meatballs around this motherfucker. What is you talking about?
I hate y'all. Until we too old for kids now. Ain't nobody having no goddamn kids. I don't want to be chasing around no kids.
That was a rumor?
36, 37 years old. I'm cool. No.
That's that bullshit. I just knew I was about to have a little niece or nephew. What up, nephew? Fuck is up, nephew? I knew that was coming. Come on, man.
John said he'll blow his head off. His own head off. All right, so we missed last week, and I was telling them we missed last week. We missed y'all. I hope y'all missed us too.
Absolutely.
We do have some updates for y'all. We will be doing a live show in May. In May. We haven't decided on which date, but it will be on a Saturday. It's going to be all you can drink champagne. You can bring your own bottle if you would like to.
I'm gonna be tore up, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I'm gonna be on. Like, y'all not gonna be able to ask me no real questions about nothing.
I I absolutely feel like this is gonna go bad. But okay, let's rock out.
We will be interviewing John. So that's gonna be pretty cool to.
For those that don't know, John is our sponsor here at Paving Ways, Call a Spade a Spade. He's been our sponsor since I think season 2.
Yeah.
So shout out to John, man.
Yep. All right. So we have a guest tonight. We've been waiting for him for 2 weeks, apparently.
Yes.
Because we missed him last week.
Yes.
So Rob, do you want to introduce him?
Absolutely. We have Professor Akil Parker coming on. What's going on?
Hey,
Akil
how are
Parker,
you?
all this math.
All this math.
I love that.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Yeah, good. Thanks for coming on.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing your platform with me, because you can't just be anybody on your platform.
Oh yeah. You know? But you know what? We tried.
I'm glad you said that, Professor, because Spade don't be caring sometimes.
I was about to say, she don't believe that shit. We do, but she don't. So yes.
I be letting anybody come on. I do. They're like, all right, yeah, they can come on. And then
somebody waved to her in the street. She'd be like, come on.
And we be like, Spado, no, you can't keep bringing the strays in. The answer is no. What does he do? He a funny dude. What? Where?
I'm guilty. I am. I'm sorry, but I just feel like everybody deserves an opportunity. Yeah. So
and we get it. We just busting your ovaries.
Yeah,
we love your heart for that, Spado, but sometimes you gotta chill. We gotta screen the clients.
I said she like alley cats.
Already, they're starting to roast me already. All right, so we want to know about you. And where did this all begin?
Yeah, please tell the people who you are, what you do, and like Spade said, where did it all begin your journey with all this math, please?
So my name is, again, Akil Parker, and I'm really, at the end of the day, I'm just a brother that is trying to, through my company, All This Math, improve the relationship between mathematics and the Black community overall. I've been a teacher for the past 20 years. I started teaching back in 2005 because I was about to get fired from my previous job as a bank examiner. So I ended up resigning, right? So
Hold on. That's juicy. We gonna put a pin in that and come back. But go ahead.
Yeah. So I ended up resigning, so I wouldn't have the termination on my record, right? Because my supervisor kicked it to me like, it'll look better. Look better for you in the future. I probably should have let them fire me, because then I probably could have, there's some other stuff going on, but that's another conversation. But
if you don't want me to work here no more, you're gonna have to tell me, my nigga. I don't care where we work. You're gonna have to tell me you got a problem with me.
So yeah, then after that, I started doing after school tutoring in math, and then I was kind of shying away from the substitute teaching opportunities, but then I decided to take one on, and I was teaching in North Philly. I started out at Mariana Brissetti when it used to be at Kensington and Lehigh. In that building that used to be an old shopping center, because they had an escalator inside the school, which was wild. Right, middle school was on the second floor, high school was on the first floor. So I was teaching 10th grade geometry, and I decided to just go hard with that, take it seriously. So I was there for the whole fourth quarter because the geometry teacher went on a leave of absence. So that was like my first time, like as not an official teacher, but like a more full-time teacher. But being a long-term sub is weird because like when you a sub, your job is really just to make sure nobody don't kill nobody. Right. But then if you come back and you're going to be gone at the end of the day, you might never see these kids again in your life. Right. But as a long term sub, you keep coming back and they keep seeing you. So it's like a delicate balance, because it's like you're in charge, but you're not really in charge. Not the real teacher, but it's like, they going to keep seeing you every day for the next 2 months. So that's kind of how it started. And then, like I said, after that, then I had a baby on the way. So I needed a job because it was the substitute thing. I ended up teaching summer school. At the same school. They needed an English teacher for summer school, so I just hopped on that, did that, and then I ended up with my first full-time position that September at a school that's shut down. I don't know if y'all familiar with World Communications Charter.
World Communications Charter, yeah, Broad Street. I know you're talking about.
Yeah, right there on the corner, right at the sub stop. Yeah. So I started
I'm
full-time
actually in education, sir. I've been doing like behavior support and dean work for like 16, 17 years. So we can rip off camera. We got stories. Yeah. I'm sure we
do. Definitely. Yeah, so I started there in 05, and just kept at it. But what I realized was I was hired to be a math teacher, but I realized it was more than math because the kids, especially the young brothers, would come to me with questions about life in general. Right. Yeah. So I was like, damn, I need to have some correct answers like when they have these questions. So that led me to I started doing a lot more reading, so I hopefully have some correct answers for them. And just trying to build them in my craft and just build in terms of math. And, I bounced around to a few schools. I later taught at Del Val, which is also closed down, Delaware Valley Charter High School. Used to be by Broad Island.
You've been in all the trenches, good brother. You've been in some trenches schools, my guy. Okay.
Yeah, I was at I went back to World Communications after I got fired from there. That's a good story too. I was there for 4 years and I got fired from there. Then went back to World Communications before I went back to World Communications, I went to Lincoln to get my master's in education because I thought at the time I was considering becoming a school principal. I got the degree, but I decided never to go into administration because I didn't want to have to play those games. But yeah, then I went back to World Communications.
Another conversation we could have.
Yeah, I'm sure. And then left there, went to Imhotep. Was only in Imhotep for a couple of months. I saw myself. I had a different educational philosophy than the administration there. And at this point, I'm a veteran. So I know when you're a first year teacher, you don't know when they trying to create a paper trail so they could fire you or get rid of you or make
they
your
do that everywhere, not just teachers.
Know, right?
They do it everywhere.
So at this point, I see it. I'm like, okay, now we're not about to do this. So I started looking for other employment. You know what I mean? So I ended up in the school district with the, so I ended up at Central. So I ended up at Central on a special assignment. So I was there for that year. But it was a special assignment, so I didn't stay at Central after that for that year. But then I ended up at Overbrook, over in West Philly. And after that, I left there in 2018, the end of that school year, and that's when I had started all this math while I was still there. Okay. And it just started out just as a tutoring business, because math teachers, we always tutor math as a side hustle. So I decided to start taking it seriously. So I created the business LLC and whatnot, so it would be more official. And then when I left Overbrook, I just went full time with it. Now at the same time, I was already an adjunct at LaSalle. I was teaching math methods. So I was teaching what we call the new math, the Common Core math. So I had to learn that. A lot of people call it new math. It's not really new, but there's some different methods.
It's a new approach.
Yeah, it's no approach. And I didn't learn it that way when I was in elementary school. I wish I had though. Once I learned
Me neither.
God, I wish I had learned it like that back 30 years ago and whatnot. Because then math was I'm not gonna say it came naturally to me, but I understood it for the most part. I was proficient at it for the most part, but I definitely had some rough patches. Yes. And I wish I had learned the Common Core math because it gives you a conceptual basis and it gives you also other options in terms of how to solve problems. So yeah, I just been growing the company ever since, doing the tutoring and and then when the pandemic hit 2020, I started the YouTube channel. And the YouTube channel is when, everybody was online anyway. So, and I also got really motivated to start creating more content around 2020, 2021, because I had a tutoring session with a young sister in middle school. And what she told me was, she was like, yeah, my teacher put a Khan Academy video. Khan Academy is pretty popular. Put a Khan Academy video in her Google Classroom. Yeah. And then what ended up happening is it's an hour-long tutoring session. I ended up taking 45 minutes to explain the Khan Academy video. So then I'm like, hold up, why don't I just cut out the middleman? I'm like,
make my own.
Videos that don't nobody got to explain. It'll be self-explanatory to the young people when they tune in. So yeah, just started the YouTube channel 2020, started creating more content around late 2020, 2021. And now we up to over 860 videos, over 7,000 subscribers.
That's fire.
Yeah, it's been a blessing, and slowly and steadily, just growing on a regular basis. And it's a resource for young people. It's a resource for teachers that might need alternative method of how to teach a certain topic. Also for the parents, because I want the parents.
I was about to ask. Yeah.
I want, because every time I hear parents say
how we can learn from you to teach them.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Or at least help them.
We need that.
Yeah, because
household. I want to create more peace in the household, right? And also,
how many apples Johnny got?
5 apples, exactly, my nigga. We was on the same page. If Johnny had 5 apples.
Yeah, and it's also part of my like larger like philosophy, like on a like a socio-political level, because I really want, like, it's something I learned from, like, you know, studying H. Rap Brown, who's a political prisoner right now. Jamel Al-Amin. When he back in the 60s, he said this. He said, any institution you don't control can be weaponized against you. And we don't control the public schools, right? So we see what happens. Like a lot of the foolishness that happens, but people don't know unless you've been in the schools. A lot of the stuff that we see the young people doing, or even young adults doing, like, they really have been conditioned to think that shit is cool, right? In classrooms, in school buildings, right? A lot of the antisocial behavior, shiftless behavior, just crashing out, like, you know what I mean? Like a lot of that stuff, it happens in schools, right? So you know, so we don't control those schools, and it'll help us. So my goal is for like the school to be a space for practice. So math class will be like recess, in the sense that a lot of kids like recess because they get to go to school and show off their skills at sports during recess, but they don't necessarily learn primarily how to play basketball, how to play football, kickball, whatever at school. You learn it around your way, in your neighborhood, in your community, with your people, and then you go to school to show off. Or you might go to, in high school, you go to join the team to hone your skills, but to get looks from around the city. So I want math class to be the same way. Like, so you walk into math class with a certain confidence because, like, bro, okay, I'm in 9th grade. I'm taking algebra 1. I already know how to graph a function. I already know how to solve a multi-step equation. I learned that around my way in my hood. I'm here to practice. Just give me the work. Let's go. And then what that also does is it makes the racist white teacher irrelevant. It makes the black teacher that's, you know, got a class antagonism that don't like black kids from the hood. It makes them irrelevant too, because it's like, I don't really need you, because education is a very vulnerable experience. In order to be educated by somebody, you got to let that person know, listen, I don't know this. So you're vulnerable, right? That's difficult for any human being. But if I know you don't like me and don't respect my humanity, it's gonna be difficult for me to open up to you like that. But if I already know this work, really primarily because I've already been exposed to it, and now I'm here just to practice it, it's a different situation.
That's a fire perspective on that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
So right now, what are you in the school district now? Or
no.
You're just you're just doing
tutoring? I'm a vendor. I'm a school district vendor. So I do like tutoring. I do like, you know, math night presentations, you know, and that's one thing I'm very big on doing, parent workshops. I'm trying to like help the parents. And also, that also ties into the book that I wrote back in 2023 to couple with the YouTube channel. Because you got the
name of the
channel.
book?
The name of the book is How to Use All This Math, Volume 1.
And how can we get it?
So it's available on Amazon. Okay. It's available on Amazon. And I'm taking the approach that if y'all familiar with Jawanza Kajufu, he wrote a lot of books, but his book Countering the Conspiracy to Destroy Black Boys, when he first came out with it in parts, and then he put it all together as one book when he completed all the parts. So that's what I'm thinking of doing, because the first book has 20 examples, and basically what I'm doing in the book is I'm just showing you how the stuff you're doing every day, like riding in the car with your kids, being in the grocery store with your kids, you know.
Well, let's talk about that. What are we supposed to do when we're in the grocery store with our kids and we really want to whoop their ass because they want everything in the store?
Pull out that book.
I'm in chapter 3. What do you do?
Right. Stop all that nonsense.
I wouldn't suggest pulling the book out, but by that point, like, hopefully have some of the stuff memorized, like some of the, like, just stuff like listen, like, tell me what the unit price is of that. Like, just little stuff like that. Because what it is like, and when all this stuff, you'll see this, your children are going to see on the standardized test. They're going to see it on the PSSA if you're in Pennsylvania. They're going to see it on the Keystone when they get to high school. Any state you in, you're going to see like these same standards, like unit rates, ratios, proportions, fractions, solving equations. So I'm talking. So in the book, I talk about how this little thing that y'all doing every day anyway, you can flip that into a arithmetic lesson. And then not only that, you show it to them one time, but then had him practice it over and over again. Like I get on my, like, and another thing about it, all this stuff is battle tested, right? Because I've done this I got 3 kids of my own. I've done this stuff for my own kids, and I do this stuff for my own kids. So what I'm really trying to do too is like level the playing field. because what a lot of people do is they get the knowledge. Like, you know, you might have people that are good at math. They've been exposed to it and they kind of hoard it, keep it to themselves.
Yeah.
I'm moving a little different. I'm like, nah, like what I'm actually doing is I'm making life harder for my kids. Cause I'm like, if people are poor or deficient in math, that means it's less competition for them. But I'm like, nah, y'all need more competition because I want everybody to win. I want everybody
keep you sharp too. Yeah.
So these are all things that I've done with my sons. I'm done with my oldest son. He's in college now, but things I've done with like my daughter who's 13. You see her in a lot of the videos. You know, actually she like, you know, she's more popular than me on the channel. Like people like videos. My youngest son Kwame, who's 5. You know, these are things I do with him in conversation. So a lot of the stuff that's in the book are things that I actually do with my own children. I'm just sharing them with the world. You know, just putting it out there, saying, look, this is what I did with my kids as a math teacher, math professor, mathematician. So you might want to check this out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, because it's all about like your children being comfortable with math.
Yeah.
Because what happens is
training your kids too, because I know I struggle with math and I would have loved to have that in my like immediate environment. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So, because a lot of times, like we're all conditioned to do this, right? So I'm not trying to beat up on our people, but you know, it's basically we do what we were taught to do. Just outsource math education to the school. It's like, go to school to learn math. You're gonna learn all the math in school. But like reading is a little different because you practice reading from a young child. You practice talking from a young child. But a lot of times we don't have those mathematical conversations. It's like we don't always have those. And sometimes people don't know how, we're not accustomed to doing it. So the book also shows, all right, you can make a math conversation out of this. Like I talk about how like my oldest son who's in college, when he was like 4 or 5, I introduced him to fractions. And I had so many students that hate fractions they'll tell you I hate fractions. I think it's because they were never properly introduced to them, right?
Yeah, and so, they're embarrassed.
Yeah. We would get pizza on Sundays and watch football, get a bunch of junk food, pizza, wings, hoagies, all that. And then I would say, Nassim, go get a slice of pizza. So he go get one. And I'd be like, how much is that? He'd be like, it's 1. We're like, yeah, it is 1, but it's also an 1/8 because a large piece is cut into 8 slices. You took 1, so you got 1/8. Just something small like that. Just introduce the language of fractions just to make them comfortable. Then you get another slice. Okay, you got 2 slices. That's 2/8. Now we're talking about reducing fractions. Break the 2/8 down into a quarter. And then when you look at the pizza box, it's like, oh, okay.
That sounds like a whole nother lesson. I'm sorry.
Crazy. It's like what it's doing is bringing me so much joy because it's bringing me joy because I would have loved to kind of had that growing up. And or I just wouldn't have ate the fucking pizza. I'm gonna say that.
But does the lessons that you're saying now, are they in your book? Like things?
Yeah, that's one of the chapters. Yes. That's one of the chapters. It's called Pizza Friends.
They just gave you free game.
Yeah, so now we can just open the book up and say, okay, let's sit down. And
how many apples, Johnny?
Don't throw the book at the baby. Don't throw the book at the child.
Let's open up chapter 4. Okay.
Yeah. We'll get let me mention something about that though, about the parents. To any parents watching this, and I know it's difficult, right? But I want to implore you to not get frustrated. Try your best to not get frustrated with your children. And this is why, because I understand you frustrated. I understand you think that they should be able to catch on or whatever. But and I'm saying from experience, because like even me, the math teacher, there's been times when I yelled and cussed out my own kids. You know what I'm saying? I think that's important for people to know that. But you know what it does is more than anything is it doesn't really motivate them to get the answer. What it does is it makes them intimidated, and then they don't like that feeling. So then what happens is they end up going into school and just not participating.
Yes.
Because the best way to not get something wrong is to not even shoot your shot. Not even try. I can't miss if I don't shoot my shot.
But right? you know, like you get the ones that you sit there and they're about to call on somebody, you put your head down and everything, and they call on you. Like I feel like, and with kids, like I know growing up, like with certain kids that didn't know, they would act out. Just because they didn't want to be in, and that wasn't me. I promise that wasn't.
No. I'm not saying it was you. It was me. I used to purposely shit on myself, so I had to be excused from math class.
Like they would act out, like they would try to do something funny, to take the attention off of them. They didn't care if they got kicked out, as long as they didn't get the answer wrong and be embarrassed.
That's normal.
Hold on, real quick, y'all. Real quick. Let me put on my behavioral support hat. those are called avoidance behaviors. A lot of times when children start to feel anxiety about certain subjects or about being in front of certain people, projects, presentations of that nature, they will do things that are very much either out of character or very, very spontaneous and outrageous, simply to avoid being put in that situation of embarrassment. All right, I'm done. I'm back. Go ahead.
No, and that was part of the program. Kev knows kids. Kev knows kids.
And I was gonna say, like, you know, and again, it's real common. Like, I remember reading Huey P. Newton's autobiography, Revolutionary Suicide. He talked about when he was a youngin', he used to do that because he couldn't read real good, because he was trying to stress the importance of reading.
Reading,
he became a reader, became a heavy reader. But he was like, when I was in elementary school and middle school, like, I was basically illiterate. So when the teacher would call on us, I didn't want to get called on. So I would start a fight with my homeboy. Me and my homeboy would start rumbling so we could get kicked out of class. So we wouldn't have to deal with that, you know? So yeah, definitely. But that's my thing about
we do have a video for you too. Before let's run one of his videos.
We want to be providers and protectors, definitely. Right? So many children, sometimes our own children, like, hate math, are uncomfortable with math, and have an emotional trauma with math. So they come in the house and, like, they don't understand how to do the homework. So they might even be almost about to break down in tears, or even break down in tears. And as a father, it's like, I want for more fathers to be able to protect their children from that and prevent that. But, so they can, like, kind of calm them down. Like, listen, like, nah, it's cool. Relax. I got you. Yeah. I'm going to show you how to do this. It's no need for all the stress. But in order to do that, as a father, you got to know the math. So you got to prioritize it. Because if you was like, you know what I'm saying, like, nah, I don't got time for all that. Exactly. And he would internalize it, be like, oh, this ain't, my dad don't even care about this.
Exactly. And
so
I don't like to do that. I don't want to do that because, him, as a young boy, they get distracted easily. Yeah. They see a video game toy. I'm going to go play that real quick.
Yeah, that's more easier for them too.
So when he sees me and he sees me stuck, like, damn, but this is fucking 5th grade math. Like, why am I so stuck on it? I'll be stuck for 10 minutes just trying to figure it out.
So are you smarter than a 5th grader?
Probably no, I'm not. but when he sees me doing that, he gives me that look like, all right, cool, he's working.
Yo, you need to trademark that phrase because that delivery was crazy. Know the math. That delivery was crazy. That was right on point. I like that.
I just like the fact that you're also thinking about the parents.
Yeah.
And how we can do better with teaching our kids and being a part of their world, but still being a parent and having the patience, because not everybody has patience, especially with kids. I mean, it's hard to have patience with kids, especially younger kids.
And it's the way you say it too, because a lot of people will say, because oftentimes people just want to just attack the Black community, just want to just attack Black parents and just degrade Black parents under the guise of advice or critique. But it's not. There's a difference between destructive criticism and constructive criticism. A lot of the criticism that people put out there is destructive. It's like people often will say it starts in the home in response to something like negative or harmful that happens in the community. And it's like, okay, I'll give you that, but you got to show people how to make it start in the home. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. Like math education should start in the home, but you can't just say that to somebody and expect them. And especially if it's a parent that might have barely passed math themselves in high school.
Right.
So it's like, how you expect me to I'm just supposed to overnight just become a math scholar on my own? Like, you gotta give people some guidance.
You have workshops that parents can, do you do it online? Like they can come on like a Zoom?
I've done some online, but I've been doing a lot in person. These last couple of months, like down in Baltimore, where I grew up at. I've been in Philly for the past 21 years, but I'm also a vendor with Baltimore City Public Schools. So I've been doing a lot of in-person math parent workshops, like math nights, in conjunction with different elementary and middle schools, down in Baltimore. But yeah, I plan to do. I would like to, honestly. That's some of my favorite work to do. Out of all the offerings that all this math has, doing it, working with the parents, working with the adults, and having. I mean, it's kind of. I'm gonna be honest though, it's kind of bittersweet because on the one hand, I appreciate when a parent, 30 years old, 40 years old, maybe 50 years old, maybe your grandma, auntie, uncle, whatever, are like, oh, that's all you got to do. It makes sense now. That's a good feeling. But then they be like, they hit you with the, Why couldn't you have been my teacher 30 years ago, 40 years ago, whatever?
Right.
So then it's like a little sad because it's like, damn, like, what would your life have been like had you had a better experience with math? What would your life have been like? Like, how many people end up really hitting the block because they're like, yo, the school shit ain't for me. You know what I mean? But like, what if math had been for them? Like, I never considered having to hit the block. Well, partly because my dad probably would have whipped my ass, but you know what I'm saying? but another reason was like, I was good at math and I was in those like educational spaces where, you know, I was pretty advanced. So I'm thinking college. I'm like, college is like a foregone conclusion. But I'm just thinking about how many people like their life goes in a certain direction because they didn't have the math skills. And when you really look at it, how school is structured in this society, math is really at the top. So it's like, if you excel in math, then you feel like you could do anything. If you don't excel in math, you might excel in all the other classes and still feel confident. But a lot of times, for a lot of people, it's like, if you can't do the math, and nowadays, it's 2025, now we got to compete with artificial intelligence, robots, machine learning. Yeah. So now the math is even more important because, like I was at a conference and somebody put out this information that AI is going to eliminate like 85 million jobs, right? But it's also going to create 97 million jobs. But those 97 million jobs are going to require a strong math background in math. So now is the time, if it ever was one, we got to really get serious about math. And we can't rely on the schools to do it. The
so we got to
be secondary. So the parents got to become the primary educators. And we got to, and it's going to require us to get over our own fears of math and our own discomfort. We're gonna have to like stand up to that bully. You know what I'm saying? You know, sometimes like back in the day when you was young, like you might have somebody bullying you, you know what I'm saying? And you finally fight him. And then he respects you and then y'all cool.
Yeah.
There's people out here that's been friends with math. It's been people that have been friends with
you confront them with math.
Like, nah, but I remember when we was in elementary school, you used to bully me, and then I stole you, and then we was cool ever since then. You know what I'm saying? So like that's how math can be.
So what Professor Parker is telling y'all, still in with math. What's square root of 23?
Stand up to it. You got to stand up to the math. You know what I mean?
But listen, you got us feeling smarter already. And I don't want to feel too smart because the ratchet half hours here.
But let me say something real quick. Can I say something real quick before we get to that? Like, I also want to expose this. So there are a lot of people that, if you ask them, they would claim that they're not good at math, right? And I challenge people on that all the time, right? Because for one, who told you that? What makes you think that? Like, what are the metrics that you're using to think about that? And then you got to consider all of the ways that we use mathematics without realizing it. It's like innate. For example, if somebody give you some money, right? If somebody tells you, okay, I'm going to give you $385, just the mere fact of you interpreting what $385 means is mathematics. That's algebra. Because what's happening is you're breaking the number down by place value. How many hundreds do you have? You got 3 of them. That's 3 times 100. How many tens do you have? You got 8 of them. That's 8 times 10. How many ones do you have? That's 5 of them. That's 5 times 1. That's happening in your brain, like unbeknownst to you. You don't even realize you're doing it. You're naturally doing the mathematics. You're naturally
you're also doing fractions and shit, and like you doing subtraction because it's like my light bill costs this much, this costs that. But you doing all that in your head. I like that. I like looking at it like that.
And it's a lot of examples out there like that. Like if you about to switch lanes in traffic on the highway, you got to judge if you got enough time. That's the distance rate time formula. Like how far away is that car? I'm looking at my side view mirror, my rear view mirror. How far away is that car? How fast do I think they're going? That's their rate of speed. Do I have enough time to get over? Or just like if you're crossing the street and you cross the street, trying to run across the street, a car is coming. Do I have enough time to make it across there without getting hit by this car? That's the distance rate time formula. Our brain is naturally doing that type of stuff.
I hope y'all paying attention because he's giving y'all all the gems, and he still got the book.
Again,
buy this book because I like it's just the way he's encouraging or Akil is encouraging us to think about it as we do anything else, and the way he's saying it is natural as breathing, and that's what makes me feel good about the math. But
his level of confidence definitely makes you feel confident. Like the way you present it and you give it in a way where it's like, you know what, he's right. I'm gonna do that shit. Like you give it to people in that way. I like that as well.
Yeah, that's what's
So,
up.
Kev, for this part of the program, would you like to start with the BOGO?
Yes, we are into the second part of the program. Let's get into that. It's my time to shine. All righty then. This Wednesday between 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. and sold by the Scene on 56 and Arch, the BOGO is. Now, why would you take the shit off? Now why you fucking me start? I'm assuming that's supposed to say shrimp fried rice, shrimp rice, shrimp wrap. What the fuck is what? Shrimp? Yo, no, cut it.
Yeah, let's try it one more time. Let's go. Here we go.
So the BOGO is shrimp rice wrap. I'm not gonna judge. Salmon sliders or mussels. And as always, you can get 50-cent wings. Once again, shrimp rice wrap, mussels, or salmon sliders. For the BOGO at Soul by the Sea at 56 and Arch this Wednesday between 5 and 8. You must say the guest name, Mr. Akil Parker, or you must say the entire show's name, call a spade, or my man John ain't giving you a motherfucking thing. You won't have no shrimp rice wrap. You won't have no salmon sliders. You won't have no mussels. You might not even get the half price wings if you don't say the show name. And stop playing with my man John. Have a great weekend. We'll see y'all next week.
Now, this is the part of the program where we get into the wretched half hour.
God. All right, Star. Let's get it.
All right, you go over someone's house for dinner. You walk in the kitchen. This is what you see. What you doing? Professor Parker, you go to somebody's house for dinner. You walk in their kitchen and you see this stinking ass cat on the damn stovetop. What you doing?
It depends on how well I know him, because if I don't know you that well, I'm out. That makes me uncomfortable. Because if you let your cat just chill on your oven, it's like, you know, that's a slippery slope. That's symptomatic of like a lot going on. There's a lot going on in that house that I probably don't agree with.
Hold on.
Here's the thing. You're on to something. Because if I know you, I'm going to just cut you the fuck out and tell you stop being nasty. But if I don't know you, I'm going to respect you enough to just walk out of your house. I like that. I'm not even mad at that.
Yeah, no harm, no foul. There's no beef. You know what I'm saying?
I'm staying, but I ain't eating. I ain't eating nothing. I don't want to touch nothing. I'm good. Are you cussing them
out though? If that's your close friend that you love, are you giving them hell?
If that's your thing, cool, do you. But I'm not touching shit. I don't want nothing to drink. I don't want nothing to eat. I'm gonna sit here in this one little couch space, and whatever we gotta talk about, we can talk about it. But I'm not.
But hold up though. Hold up. But you gotta consider what might have been going on that couch if they let the cat chill on top of the oven. That's what I was thinking.
I can, but I'm in that space right there. As long as it's
clean, new fear unlocked.
But I don't want no food. I don't want no food or nothing. Because
I'm gonna be at my homie's house is just standing next to the coffee table now. Like, I'm cool. I don't want to. I want to just stay right here. Like, you got a phone chair.
Hold on. Akil cooking because you don't know what's going on that. Matter of fact, the cat is telling you something about sitting on the oven. Don't do that couch now.
At least it's fire up here.
Hold up. Johnson folks kiss their animals on the mouth, so they cool with that.
Some people are.
What y'all? What y'all doing in the comments? Y'all eating?
Yeah, no, they leaving.
I'm suddenly not hungry. That's what that is. Huh?
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm good.
Whitey said, "Don't do it." That's a dog. Bye. Trey G says, "It's not your baby daddy job to babysit while you go get some dick." It is not.
This nigga is
that
hurt.
Ain't even a question. He's hurt.
That is a hurt nigga. Right? Oh man, listen. You say what the fuck you want about roles and responsibilities. Let me tell you that if you post a post like that on social media, you are telling the entire universe, here I am, hurt as a motherfucker. Because why would she ever go get dick and let me know that that's what she was going to do? See, you're not babysitting. That's your baby, nigga. Like, you got your kid and your girl is single. I mean, your baby mom's single and you single. You not babysitting. You just mad. Go get a hug, nigga. Fuck out of here.
But how many dudes, if you let them know that you about to go out, how many niggas is going to back out and say, all right, I ain't watching the kid no more?
Here's the thing.
Oh, no.
Most niggas
That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate when that happens.
It is
unfortunate. You by absolute definition, you can't babysit your own kids. That's not how that works. You either got your kids or you don't got your kids. But you can't babysit your kids.
I'm gonna add something.
Hold up.
I'm gonna add something to this.
I don't care what they do.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Kill. Go ahead, Akil. That's just tough.
So let me incorporate the mathematics into this, right? So one of the things that math does is it helps us to develop our skills in what we call consequential thinking, right? And long-term thinking, right? So young men, they might get mad, right? But what you got to consider is your baby mom might need some dick. And if she don't get some dick, she might start tripping on you, drawing on you at some point. So you got to think long-term, like, yo, let me create a situation where she get what she need. So we could be
Cheers.
Cool. We could be cool because maybe if she don't get some, she might call me on some bullshit tomorrow, tripping off me or something that wasn't even that deep. Let me think long term, right?
Now I'm in child support court because she couldn't bust that.
Exactly.
Division and subtraction. Goddamn.
Now here goes Keith. He said she better call her girlfriend. Now why? That's your kid. And you see, that's the bullshit I'm talking about. Why you even responded like that? That's your kid. Take your kid.
See, but on some real shit. And this is just me as a nigga who's had to co-parent and come up with this. This is why once you start co-parenting, schedules and routines are very important. Because if I tell you I got my young boy every Thursday to Sunday and you got him every Monday to Wednesday, that's on you to schedule all your dick between Thursday and Sunday. Don't hit me on Tuesday talking about, yo, I got the God damn it, this is my day. Find your own, but see that, and that's how you fix that problem. But again, that's just a old nigga who's lived a lot of life and fuck those situations up. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is.
I thought that was pretty funny. All right, start run the next one.
It's actually terrible. Y'all ashamed to say I'm broke. Shit, that's my favorite line.
What y'all think?
Yeah, no. I tell everybody.
You tell everybody you're broke?
Absolutely.
And you'll
ask me for something, I'll tell you I'm broke. I'll do the thing you asked me for and still let you know that you got a one-off, nigga, because I'm broke. That's just that's just how I talk. I don't know. That's just like my ground floor for the discussion of my money. I'm always broke.
And lowest expectations.
Even if I show you otherwise, I'm broke.
Akil will say, listen, my wallet minus this amount of money.
What was you gonna say?
It creates a low expectation. Creates a low expectation. So you know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I listen, come get this cock blocking ass kids. I don't mind telling somebody I'm broke, I ain't got it. I have no shit. I don't care. I ain't got it.
Because some niggas care what other people think. And when you start living in that space, you make really bad decisions.
No, because you got people that act like they got it all the time. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, because they care what other people think. Yeah, they put their front up because other people's opinions matter to them. They're invested in them. So therefore, I have to pretend like I'm this, that, or the other. But when you don't give a fuck, not giving a fuck is so freeing. You want some math? Stop giving a fuck. Stress minus. Like, and it's all off you. Right? That's math. Like, it's some real shit. Like, if you stop giving a fuck, a lot of things get easy.
And plus, I would add this too. I think like when we say we got it, I think that should only apply to cash, like liquid cash. Like, but a lot of people, they'll go use a credit card. They might get a loan from somewhere. Like, so they might buy some stuff with that, but you ain't really have it because you rob Peter to pay Paul. That's somebody else's money. Not only do you got to pay that back, you got to pay it back with interest on top of it.
They always want to act like they got it, even when they don't got it.
Yeah, that credit card might be 30. That loan might be 30%. She paid 30%. Like, damn, like, was it worth it?
Yeah,
it wasn't.
No,
I can tell you right now, it wasn't.
All right, start run the next one. You want some money? I got a shift for you.
You're trapped in a bar with your ex. What happens next? Akil, you're trapped in a bar with your ex. What happens next?
Like the bar is locked and it's just me and her in there, like no bartender, like
nothing. Just you and her.
I mean,
what happens next?
I'm pretty cool with like most of my exes, if not all of them. So we might have to spin the block and have a
that was a flex, by the way, y'all. He said I'm pretty cool with most of my exes. You feel me? I don't know what to say about y'all niggas.
Yeah, but I'll be able to chill and have a drink and talk.
Hey, listen, I'm not mad at what he's saying. If I'm being honest, other than the ones I procreated with, I could probably, and even maybe them at this point, I can at least be cordial with them too. I could never, ever, 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 ever. Anyway, but as far as listen, if you was with me, you had fun. It ain't no bad vibes in that room. Like
we ain't gonna make it a problem neither. I mean, it's just us in here. Like we're not gonna create a problem.
But even if you thought it was a problem, I promise you, it wasn't never no bad vibes on the side. It ain't a single one that could go in that room and be like, "I'm gonna stab that nigga." No, you not. You were like,
yeah, but at that point, it was a thought in the past. Like it's just me and you in here. Let's make the best of it. Like nothing well drinking.
He said nothing. We drinking.
Oh yeah, you guys.
Yeah, I'm with it. I'm with it.
Drinking. I'm hoping to pass the fuck out.
I love y'all answers, but I'm gonna tell y'all like this.
Here he
it's
go.
Peter and the motherfucking chicken. I'm breaking the first bottle. We rumbling. You ain't got shit to say to me. Let's get it.
That is my favorite on-site reference. If a nigga tell me it's Peter and the chicken, I know they really got deep disdain for a motherfucker. Like it ain't no other kind of heat. When you tell them it's Peter and the chicken, nigga, oh shit, he ate that. Like damn, that's real shit.
Peter and the chicken are still beefing somewhere right now.
If you don't know that reference and you don't watch Family Guy, that's a shame on you. But that is amazing. Peter and the chicken is always beef. That's real beef.
We're fucking fighting. Soon as I hear, oh, it's just us two here. Bang, that bottle getting flat. Come on, bitch.
Now, do you not like that? I get you must not like that.
No, I like them. They don't like me. And I can't stand a nigga to not like me and then be locked in the same spot. Oh, we fighting.
Oh my God.
That's
all
hilarious.
Right, the next one.
I love it.
Texting is not cheating.
You ready, Kev?
Texting is not. Hold up, Akil, we gotta go.
Wait a minute, wait, motherfucker. Why are you ready, Kev? What the fuck does that mean?
We love your perspective, Kevin.
Yep. What you got, Kev?
What? First off, I need context.
No, this is my brother. Hold up, Kev. My brother Valen said, "Yep, this nigga is all fucked up." Wait a minute. He is not the role model for that. Go ahead, Kev.
No, on some real shit. I need context because what does that mean? Texting is not cheating. Like the fuck, you can't text nobody. Like text them what? Like if I text you what's up, you try and hit happy hour, or if I text you what's up, I'm trying to pop them cheeks. That was two different texts. Like what are you talking about? That's such a vague ass question. No, texting is not cheating if you just texting like that. Okay. Like I don't know what that means.
So you're saying that there's two, like if you want to go out with a drink with a girl, right? That's not
like I got work friends. I'm about to give you an example. Okay. I have work friends. I have females that I used to work with that I'm still cool with now that I can hit up and be like, yo, what's up with a happy hour Friday? Yeah, we gonna go drink, we gonna have fun, reminisce about the crazy shit at work, and then we gonna go our separate ways. That's a thorough situation. That's something I can do. That's something that, my spouse is cool with. That's just a regular flow. That's cool texting. Now, if within the flow of that, one of them texts turned into, oh, by the way, I was trying to see if you could then it get crazy. God, you do too much there. What I'm saying is that there's levels to everything. And it's all about who you fuck with and their level of security and how secure they are in that situation. But what I'm saying is just on the regular surface shit, texting is not cheating. Get over yourself. I got you.
See, what you're saying, like, you could hit somebody up and say, yo, let's go to the happy. Everybody's not gonna be with that though. Some people may consider that cheating.
Then you can't fuck with me.
And I'm not saying, like, I'm just saying in
general. I'm just saying, like, respectfully, if that's a motherfucker's opinion, that's great. But you gotta grow the fuck up. Like, I'm not just gonna spend the rest of my life only talking to men because you scared, bitch. Sit down. No, that's retarded. I'm not doing that. That don't even make no sense.
Okay, and vice versa. Are you okay?
Exactly. Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't, because guess what? If I'm not worried about it, go do what you're doing. I don't live in an insecure space, bro.
I knew Kev was gonna get like this. This is why I knew as soon as I said, let's go.
Because that's weird. Like, insecurity is weird to me. I don't live in that space. Like, if I'm scared you gonna go suck a dick, I'm gonna just let you go suck dick. Like, I'm not gonna sit there in the house and be scared, like, oh, she out sucking dick. Go. Like, if it is or it ain't, man. Like, I can't live like that. And I don't want you to live like that. That's just all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
This nigga said, can you put that comment back up? I was fucking my chipped up, I almost choked. Can you put that comment? It's like that text message can lead to some hot, wet sex, though, but it's still not cheating. Nigga, hot, wet sex is really crazy to type out like that.
Hot, wet sex is a filthy, disgusting statement. You use both of your thumbs to type that shit. Ew. Go wash your fucking hands. Yo.
Yes, and I listen.
Jonathan Spade had a very toxic past.
I will tell you firsthand that I can say that if it's not somebody that I like really grew up with, like, like sandbox shit, and some nigga text me and said, let's go out for drinks for somebody that I may know, that I know, not that long, like not like sandbox, but somebody they wouldn't be with that shit. It wouldn't be a thing to be able to do. So I'm saying for some people that may, it may be a thing or may not. It's just an opinion. Everybody
gotta see some women like that. Got to be a part of one of the shows where we see some women like DMs and texts, because niggas be wilding out though. Like, I've seen some girls like, "Hey, what's up? How you been? I want to eat your ass." Like, that's a crazy.
Hey Rob, remember the DM episode on LAP? It's a nasty thing. They really get them chills and go, "Wow, them niggas is disgusting."
I understand how some may feel, because that shit crazy. But I'm sorry. Go to the next one. I'm sorry. That's.
What was that last comment? I ain't see the last comment. My bad. I seen the flash it, but I ain't see it.
Yeah.
Hey, John, because it's real shit. We grown. Like, we grown.
Last night, I said, I'm putting that on for you. It was for you. And you did exactly what I thought you would do.
Because we grown. Grow the fuck up or go home.
That's true. That's a good point. That's a good point. The way I felt in my 20s is not how I'm gonna be 45 next month. So I'm like,
okay. Man, I'll be 45 in September. We the same age, bro.
Yeah,
like, that shit different.
Yeah. Grow up.
That shit different.
However,
it's not the text that will cause the problem. It's how you handle the text. Okay, John.
Bang, bang.
It's how you handle
but
that
what
text.
Do you mean, though? What do you mean?
It's how you respond to that text. If you say, yes, Timothy, you can eat my ass.
We not gonna feed in her. No, next slide, Star. Fuck that. I'm the host now. Go.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now.
Kev, what's wrong?
I'm not feeding into you. You talking about some what does that mean? You know what the hell it means, Stino.
I ain't got enough chips left for this.
What does that mean? I just want to know what that means.
I'm not explaining shit. John said it. I'll let John explain.
Next slide, please.
Please.
All right, please. Go to the next slide.
Next slide, please. I ain't got no chips left.
Look at me. I'm the captain now. Play the next slide.
Play is first. I mean, Star is withholding us. Hold on. Men only. What the fuck you think? Oh, shit. Men only. Hold on. There's nothing that turns a man off faster than a woman that. All right, Akil. There's nothing that turns a man off faster than a woman that what?
don't clean a house.
Hello.
That's a good one.
What'd you say, Kev?
Rob, you go next, because mine's
Okay.
if you've ever watched me do any podcast ever, you gonna know my answer. So I'm gonna let you go first. I'll go last.
A woman who don't know math. That's why I encourage you to pick up Akil Parker's book. It's on Amazon right now. If you don't know math, I don't like you and I hate you and you should die unless you pick up that book.
We do promo over here. Y'all already know how I feel. I hate a begging bitch. Oh man, don't nothing bother me more than a begging ass.
That's what I would say. It's always asking for money. Get some money, you broke bitch.
Oh, I don't like no begging ass woman. Like, come on, girl, have some goddamn self respect. You don't have to. You got to do better. That's just mine. I don't like it. It bothers me.
God. All right, Star. We're gonna do one more, and then we're gonna get into the game. What's the next?
A bitch that can't read is crazy. You know them? Why you know bitches that can't read, bro?
Don't know how to shut the fuck up.
John said, "Don't know how to shut the fuck up."
No, that's shit. It sounds like
All right, I'm sorry. What's some things black people say when they about to quit their job? Akil. That's why I said we putting a pin on that. What's some things black people say when they about to quit their job?
How much vacation time I got? They want to know what their vacation check gonna be. They start doing the math. They want to know what that vacation check gonna look like.
Yes.
Spade. What's some things black people say when they about to quit their job? Come on, Spade. Come on, man. I ain't got enough chips left. Come on.
Hold on. I'm thinking of what I might say.
I'm gonna tell y'all mine while she thinking. Fuck Mob Deep, fuck Biggie, fuck Bad Boys and Staff, record label editors, the motherfucking crew. And if you deal with motherfuckers at this job, then fuck you too. Gino XL, fuck you too. All you motherfuckers.
I got one. I ain't even, when people be like, I'm not even giving my 2 weeks. I'm just gonna fucking leave. I'm not,
yeah.
I'm not
even, that shit be hilarious.
Yeah,
see, I don't know, and Akil probably could speak to this a little bit. Education, when niggas quit, it be different. Motherfuckers start talking crazy shit like, hey man, you know, these schools that's hiring, you start answering niggas questions and shit, or you do the other thing where you be like, yo, I'm about to ask HR for my clearances. Like, you got certain shit you gotta do in your position to prepare yourself. Like, you gotta move a little bit different. But I can't quit saying I need my benefits throughout the summer. So like, it's certain shit you can do in our profession is different.
Yeah.
Star, put that last comment up. I was about to say this. This is how you know this, my little brother. I don't even say shit. I just start stealing shit and leave. That's me. I'm taking all this shit. I'm leaving here with something. I'm leaving here with something. I'm going around the way.
Wait, I got one more for y'all because I want y'all opinion on this. How do y'all feel about this?
NBA star Anthony Edwards made a historic move by paying and child support all at once.
Up front.
Damn, covering 18 years worth of payments. That's $5,000 a month. But he decided to settle it up front.
Yeah, he said, "Fuck it."
Clear. Don't ask me for nothing for the next 18 years. God.
How do y'all feel about that? What do y'all think about that?
Shit.
He don't want nothing to do with the baby. He gave her $1,000 for the abortion. She didn't get it.
She didn't get it.
Oh, see, so, I didn't know that.
He don't want nothing to do with the baby. He paid out 18 years of child support, and he told her, "Go ahead."
On one hand, like he paid out, so that's cool. On the other hand, why are you rolling bitches down and then just trying to give them money for abortions, dog? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Because he's a 21-year-old multi-millionaire, and that's what happens when you're that money. And you're like hundreds of millions of dollars deep in money. Like you feel like money can solve every problem, including you nutting in the wrong bitch. And that's just a mentality, unfortunately, that a lot of them little motherfuckers got. Especially some of them motherfuckers is broke with this mentality. You can't imagine giving them hundreds of millions of dollars, putting them on commercials, giving them shoe deals and shit, and then thinking they're not going to think the same way. This young boy had 4 kids in a year and a half by 4 different bitches. Like, he is gone, bro. He don't care.
He don't want nothing to do with the rest of them. He just is taking care of one.
He feel like he could raw a bitch down and pay it away. Like, and that's just the life he living right now. He don't have no thorough enough OG around him to tell him, pull out at least, nigga. my nigga, you wilding over there. But yeah, no, this is what this nigga does. Go ahead.
Lashana said those rich people problems. I don't got the bank account to talk about this one. She said it's above her pay grade. Valor said, take care of your goddamn kids. Fuck that money.
I mean,
here's the thing. Money don't raise kids, man. Money don't raise kids. Money is.
No.
But he also told her he didn't want it.
Yeah.
That is a decision that she's going to have to explain to her child and talk to her child about. I'm sure her child will choose being here over not being here. So that's the thing that all of them will have to deal with later. I am of the belief that at some point this young man will grow up and he will change his stance on this. I really am wholeheartedly. And that's just because I want to believe in this young black man and that he got enough time to change and really become the motherfucker that he's capable of being with all the money and influence and power that he's going to have. That's my hope.
Put John comment back up, please. And then we going to go to Akil and ask him. I fucks with him for that. He didn't want the baby nor nothing to do with it. Females use the baby for monetary gain. She even tried to move to Cali for more support. God damn. Akil, what you feel?
She definitely moved for a state that was more friendly. Yeah. Go ahead, Akil.
I mean, to Kev's point, I was talking to my homeboys about this, like as an aside, like I be thinking about these athletes, and I'm like, I'm critical of them, but then, like to his point, if somebody gave me $20 million when I was 25, even 25, 22, like I'd probably be dead right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think I would have survived. Like,
right. On some real shit, and this nigga got more than that.
All that money. I think I was making like, I mean, I did some wild stuff, man. I was making like $39,000 a year. Like, you know what I mean? Like before taxes.
So the wildest nights of my life came when I was making $27,000, $27,500, nigga, working for the city.
At this point,
if I just had $1 million, I might not be here right now. We wouldn't be having this conversation.
I think you should just shut the fuck up and take it for what it is. I mean, clearly he don't want nothing to do with the child.
And he paid you out.
Yeah, and he paid you out. There's nothing you can really do. I mean, you can talk bad about him about not wanting to be in the child's life, but at the end of the day, he didn't.
You can't even do that. He said from the beginning.
Paid out. Yeah. He paid you out.
It was super. But here's the thing, right? Let's be clear, young brothers. Once you let that thing, you shoot that club up. Whatever happened after that ain't up to you. So if it is really your desire to stay out of that space, then just strap up, young. Like that's like it ain't really no other discussion, man.
What we talked about earlier with the man,
for the child.
Consequential thinking. Thinking.
And I do feel bad for the child overall because at the end of the day, the child.
That's the only suffer.
Yeah,
nobody suffers.
The child loses in either way you look at it. So
I like the consequential thinking that Akil brought up because it's like, all right, how fast am I gonna pull out the nut on this bitch back to?
Oh my god!
All right, go to the game.
Okay, we got one game.
One thing I want to add. One thing I can add is I remember 50 Cent rapped about that. I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't hear that song. Like, have a baby by me. I write a check before the baby comes. Who the hell is?
Check before the baby comes. Who the hell is?
That's the first thing I thought of when I heard about this story. That's the first thing that came to mind.
That's crazy. That's on the Curtis album.
According to Rob, we got a baby on the way. That's what he told everybody last week. I was getting all kinds of DMs and shit about a baby on the way last week. All right, sorry, let's get into the game.
All right, so
this is how it goes.
Yeah, please tell us, babe. This is crazy.
So it's an alphabet game. And then put it up so we can.
We got two teachers in the house. We're doing a hood ABC.
Whoa. I, sir, am the dean and behavior specialist in administration.
We have two education specialists.
I'm an educator. I am not a teacher.
Sorry.
Because I don't like the front. I don't like the front. I don't like the front. Teachers do shit that I can't do. And I do shit that they can't do. I like to give them their respect all the time.
We have two education specialists in the house. So we're going to start.
Comments, y'all can help us as well. Help us go through this alphabet because this is crazy.
This is the hood alphabet. We're going to go round robin style, starting from spade. Valen already going. He said, beat for bitches, keep the coochie. Dog, it's school, nigga.
Stop taking my answers.
All right.
Leah said, "You're not a dean, you a director. Get that
So
title
I
right."
feel like
Wait a minute. Hold up.
Brother already took BNC. He took BNC
He took
already.
BNC. Akil, what you got for D? In hood ghetto shit.
The hood dictionary.
Dominoes.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh, I like dominoes.
What you got for E Spade?
Oh, that's a come on.
Hood shit.
E is hard.
Eve energizers in the freezer. We love hood niggas need to put their batteries in the freezer. Energizers in the freezer. E.
I'll take F, fish fry.
Okay.
Because we ain't had no plan for Big Mama.
What's G Spado?
I don't know.
Spade, you
Jesus
the motherfucker. Let's start back with this.
And
Spade came in. Spade came in hot with the game. She said, "Guess what I got, Charles? I picked the game."
I didn't say I was gonna be good at the game. I just said
damn, Spade.
Green. All right, green. But green. But weed.
Game over.
No.
Green.
H. Okay. Akil your H.
H. Honey buns from the poppy store.
I like that.
Oh.
All right, so do you get it now, Spado? Do you understand what we're doing here?
I'm trying.
What letter are we in? Spado
I.
is
I think we're on I.
Oh man.
I'll take I. Inmate 3225789.
Oh shit! You knew that number too well.
That's what it's in my JPay still, baby.
Okay. Shit. Hey, this for my homies up north. Getting full off that jack, man. Let's go. Oh man.
No, say I for infection. That's a good one.
I don't even know which one we're on.
We on J.
We on J.
We get Spade. I'll give you J too, since I did the inmate jail time as well. All right.
I got K. Kimchi.
K-E-W-C. Akil, what you got for L?
For L, first thing that came to mind, lawyer fees.
Oh shit.
Facts. Chains is cool to cop, but more important is lawyer fees.
Yeah.
What you got for M, Spade?
For what? M.
Oh my God. Malt liquor.
Jesus
all right. Who we got
Christ.
Who got N? What you got for O, Akil? Ops. There we go.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah,
Ryan's good at this game. He's pretty good at this game.
We got P for PO. Fuck it.
Wow.
What's Q? Come on, y'all. Somebody got Q. Somebody in the comments give us
something. For a quarter. Let me get a quarter. We back to man. Hold up. First off, can I tell you how? Look, see, I'm good at this shit. I promise you I am. Look, look. So when you was talking about it earlier, when you was talking about the pizza and shit, you was like, and then the eighth go to a quarter. I had the most vicious flashback of times and things. I was like, hold up. That was real math. And what's funny is the boys who was the best at math in the hood who didn't go to school was on the block. They was on the count. Them was the niggas who made sure the money was right. So I just had to hit that quick aside. We're on what's after Q? After Q.
R.
Are we?
R, yeah.
R.
Come on, Spade.
Real niggas. All
right, see? Come on, we on S. Akil, what you got for S?
S. Damn, I need a lifeline.
Oh shit.
S.
All right, what you got?
Wait a minute, I don't agree to that.
I'll be mad if people say that shit. I'm sorry.
S.
Yeah, I done did S already. We got T. We got T. What's next?
You missed S. Spado, you didn't hear that?
No.
Okay.
We ain't repeating it either. T. Come
on. Oh,
Kev.
man. T, for Toyota Camry, because the ghetto bitch love a Toyota Camry. Ultimately Camry, dude. That's
what you got for you, Spade?
Why I always get the hard ones?
No, here we go for you. Ultrasound. Because I damn sure had an ultrasound picture for Spade for the other week, but I ain't gonna post that, George. What you got for V, Akil?
Ultrasound.
V.
Titties.
Titties is crazy. Yo, Valley got it.
I guess the cleavage is like a V. I don't know. Maybe that's what he was going for. I don't know.
Just
V12 engine.
I'm
trying to think. Oh, Crown Vic. Or that's a C. C or
Z.
Got Vic in it.
I love that. That's a great answer for the hood, John.
Back in the day. Yeah, the Crown Vic from back in the day.
Come on.
What's your weight?
Give a W in the comment. Wait. There we go.
Okay. That's definitely.
I'm looking at the comments. They ain't saying shit. The last thing I see is titties, and that shit funny as hell.
Titties is crazy.
We got X.
X stupid. That's all.
We got X. What is
Ecstasy.
Ecstasy.
Okay,
that was a good one.
Even though it's with E, but we get it. We get it. We got Y. Anybody got Y? Young boy.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Young boy.
Young nigga. Yeah.
And we got Z. Come on, Spade. Give us Z.
Let me get a sip. No, I got it. Let me get a sip. I need a clean little, you know what I mean? Put me through the week. You know, sip, nothing crazy. You know?
Valley came through with a YN.
YN is crazy. That's
Akil, we really appreciate you coming out tonight. Make sure that y'all go follow him.
Y'all follow him, yes. One of his profiles is All This Math on Instagram. Yeah. What's your other profile if you don't mind giving it up?
On Instagram it's Akil_Latif.
I'm saying it like we ain't put it on the fucking flyer.
Yeah, I'm about to say you already gave it out, my nigga.
The book is on the book. How to Use All This Math, Volume 1 is on Amazon. And definitely subscribe, like, and share the YouTube channel. YouTube channel is also All This Math.
It's fire.
Tell everybody about it.
We grateful to have you. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for
appreciate you, brother.
Joining us in the bullshit too. The show is all about duality, my brother, and we grateful to have you. We're grateful to have you on here and just telling people how to get it, how to do this math, all this math. Do the math, goddammit.
And all different ways to learn
all
and to
different
teach parents. So, and that's the biggest thing is how to teach the parents, how we deal with these kids. And, so
no doubt.
He teaches, he does classes and so y'all can book a class with him so y'all can teach how to get with these kids.
Absolutely.
Kev, you want to do the BOGO one more time?
I don't, but I will. No, I'm just playing. I got you. Tomorrow at Soul by the Sea at 56 and Arch, we have the BOGO. That will be shrimp rice wrap. That's always gonna fuck with me. Salmon sliders, mussels, and as always, 50-cent wings. Once again, the shrimp rice wrap, salmon sliders, and mussels is the BOGO. You will have 50-cent wings as always, but you must say the guest name, Mr. Akil Sharp, or you must say the show name. Call a spade a spade. If you do not say the show name, John gonna put you the fuck out. No, he ain't gonna put you out. He's just gonna charge you full price. He like I don't want to tell you that. He ain't gonna do that. He definitely gonna serve you your value customer. Thank you for showing up. But you cannot have the deal if you do not follow directions. So have a great goddamn day.
We appreciate y'all tuning in, and we'll see y'all next week. All right. Good night.
Good night.